Revelation 1841. From the 7th of March 1941. Recognition of the working of otherworldly forces. The spiritual possibilities of help are unlimited, and if the human being entrusts himself completely to the forces of the beyond, he will be able to achieve the greatest success. The sincere will for perfection and the call for the assistance of the good spiritual powers guarantees these successes, for this is the activity of the mature beings in the beyond to instruct the immature, ignorant but willing earthly child, and thus these beings now continue the work of redemption by opening up every possibility for the seeking and desiring human being to attain perfection. And the human being could now go his earthly path without any worries if he has profound faith and acknowledges the working of the forces in the beyond. Unfortunately, however, this profound faith in the most devoted help is seldom present, and a lack of faith impedes every attempt or weakens success. And therefore, where the work of the otherworldly forces is impeded by a lack of faith, the human being must struggle unbelievably if he wants to attain realization. He must, as it were, now do everything himself which the spiritual powers would have gladly and joyfully taken from him. He must constantly ask to receive strength and grace from God. This will not be denied to him, for God now instructs his servants in the beyond to help the earthly children and to guide their thoughts correctly. Thus God himself gives permission for these beings in the beyond to help the human being, yet completely unrecognized. However, this makes the process of mental transmission extraordinarily difficult, for people simply don't carry out the task which results in the soul's higher development. They don't hear the divine word directly. They only need a will towards God for this, and if this is strong it will break all obstacles, and then God himself will place the gospel into his heart. However, the human being can consider himself fortunate if he consciously strives for contact with the beings in the beyond and entrusts himself to them without reservation. The slightest call is enough, and these beings are now, as it were, responsible for the human being's development. For now they use his will in such a way that they themselves mentally enter into the human being, and now he cannot think and act differently than the beings on the other side want, and therefore his life must now bring spiritual success. With the call, the human being has already given his consent to let the spiritual strength take effect, and he is now relieved of responsibility as long as his heart desires God. That is, the will has seriously become active to live pleasing to God. Then he will inevitably have to ascend, and he will truly not live his earthly life in vain. Amen.